What's up, everybody? I'm Finn McKenty. This is the Punk Rock MBA. In my last video, I talked about how important it is for all your marketing to have a concept to be fucking different and interesting in some way, right? Like if you were in a band, for example, don't just do studio updates, don't just do playthroughs, don't just do a lyric video just because that's what everybody does. Come up with a fucking idea. So I talked about this campaign that Bring Me the Horizon is doing right now. It's like, do you want to start a cult with me? And a viewer tipped me off to another very cool campaign in the comments from Behemoth. Alan, thank you very much for making me aware of this. If you are into metal, then you already know Behemoth. If you don't know who they are, they're a Polish, like blackened death metal band that I always say they dress like fantasy chess pieces. So if you go to behemoth.church, here's what you see. Pledge your allegiance by reciting a prayer to receive a gift from Behemoth. All right, let's try it. I'm ready to pray. Living God, I shall not forgive. Jesus Christ, I forgive thee not. Whoa, it heard me. Nurgle spitting on us. Let's hear it. This is a great example of what I'm talking about. It's different, it's interesting. What I really love about this is that it's experiential, it's interactive. It's not just a video that you watch or a photo that you like. It asks you to actually do something, so it's a little bit of an experience. And as my friend slash business partner A.L. Levy pointed out, this is almost definitely going to be the beginning of a bigger campaign. They're gonna reuse this imagery and these ideas and other things. There's gonna be shirts with this stuff on the back. It's probably in the packaging of the album. Nurgle is gonna make the crowds chant this, I'm sure it shows. This is just like the seed of the idea, and they're gonna take it and use it in lots of other different places too. So a couple thoughts slash takeaways, things that you guys can learn from this. First of all, I wanted to elaborate a little bit more on the thing I just said about how they're gonna take these ideas and probably use them in other places. That is super smart. Don't be afraid to reuse things. Like, you have to remember, you are gonna get tired of your own marketing way before the audience does. Like, by the time this website goes live, they probably saw it 100 times because they had to approve it and design it and all that shit, so they're fucking sick of it. But it's new to the rest of us. There's a thing called the rule of 7 in advertising, which is that you need to expose people to something 7 times before they remember it. I don't know whether the number 7 is actually the right one or not, but the point is you gotta hit people with things again and again and again and again for it to really take hold. So if you come up with a cool concept like this, don't just put it in one place. Find other places that it can live, in your video, on your merch, on your stage show, the scrims, you know. Bring this idea to life in lots of different places, and then it becomes a whole campaign rather than just this one little thing. And the second thing that I thought was interesting about this is it reminded me of a thing that was big in the late 90s and the 2000s when I was doing a lot of web design, which was movie microsites. So if a new Spider-Man movie came out, or, well, I mean, any movie really, they would build what they called a microsite for it, which is something like this, like a 1 or 2 page, like very designed, kind of gimmicky website where you could, you know, click to shoot Spider-Man's web things or whatever, you know, they'd come up with some novel little thing like that. And as social media became the primary way that people engaged with content rather than websites, those things just sort of stopped being as relevant, and people would just focus on content that they would distribute on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or wherever else. But like anything, like the pendulum swings. Like something goes from being super cool to super uncool and then back to being super cool again. And I'm not saying that microsites are necessarily going to be like the next big thing, but the point is that sometimes bringing back an older idea is a way to be different and stand out and be unique. And I do kind of think that, as I was saying before, because this is like an interactive experience, it's different from social media, which is just kind of a passive consumption thing, right? So I think that there's something interesting about the interactive part of this, and especially talking, like that's very interactive. Like you actually have to make a sound with your voice in order to access this site. So you're asking your audience to make what they call like a micro commitment in order to access this stuff. So I think there's definitely something to that. Whether that will come to life on social media, like it wouldn't surprise me if Instagram or Snapchat comes out with some sort of way for you to create interactive experiences like this, almost like a mini website within their product. I don't know. But there's something to that, and also just that idea of, hey, remember when people used to do X? we should do that again. And that also kind of pushes the nostalgia button a little bit, which can be really powerful. Okay, guys, so there you go. That is the cool little thing from Behemoth. If you see anything else like this, either from Behemoth or from another band, from a company of any kind, please let me know about it. I love seeing this shit. Just put it in the comments, send me a DM, whatever. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you would subscribe to the channel. If you found it informative or insightful or entertaining in any way, I would love it if you would subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe for some bizarre reason, please like the video, leave a comment, share it with a friend. Anything you can do to help me spread the word would be very much appreciated. And with that, I'm going to sign off for now, but I will see you next time.